Welcome to the Penny Bloom Podcast. Ain't another place that has got more bombast. Romp past your mom, dad's listening to Tomcats, talking everything that make you sad. We don't want that. We're here to make you smile. Put your mind at ease. Peace, love, and bloom, and always praise Keanu Reeves. This what we about. This some weeding now. We'll talk until we can't no more, and then we peacing out. Alright, let's go. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Penny Bloom Podcast. This is the comic Bloomiverse. First.
That was sick.
Thank you. I am Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up? Always a pleasure to be here, and I don't know how I could follow that. That was live on the air. That is not edited, people. That was done in real time.
Takes talent. But it's a pleasure to have you here, my guy. We're doing another draft, the Star Wars draft a couple weeks back. Got me in the mood. I'm back in draft mode, baby. And, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to go tournament mode again for the hell of it, just because it's been too long. But today we continue the draft trend with a comic book character draft, and this one's going to be
minute change, possibly. I want to bring this up to you. Do you want to frame this as a draft? Like, do you want to just treat it as favorites like we did, last time with the Star Wars draft? It was very fun, favorites. Or do you want to frame it as this is the draft that will then become the two sides of the bracket of the tournament of comic book?
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about the fact that it would end up being 66.
It is my side versus your side, actually head to head.
But
that's the thing. That's the thing. We could do both. We could just do this draft as our favorites. We don't have to think of it as like who's going to go up as like 1v1.
Yeah,
is that what the tournament is? Is the tournament 1v1? Is it like fighting, or is it just who just wins?
Or what if we take, because this will end up, it is again a 33 character tournament, just like we did with Star Wars, different categories and such, and I will break that down here in a moment, but now we're brainstorming, so I'm gonna go with you. Mm-hmm. Since it is a 33 character draft, it would end up with 66 total characters. Now what I'm thinking is we could still do a 64 character tournament with like play-ins and
okay.
We wouldn't necessarily have to do my side versus your side. We could do each matchup is my pick, your pick, my pick, your pick, my pick, your pick.
The seeding is already decided.
Seeding's built in. It's based off the pick number.
Oh shit. Yeah.
That's the move. We just did something. That was huge. Was huge.
That worked out. I think, okay. I like that. I like knowing that this will become a draft. I don't think that'll change my picks necessarily.
No, I don't think it'll change it. Because I still plan to base this more off favorites like we did Star Wars, as opposed to, they're going to face each other in a big end game style battle. Like, fuck no. That's not what I have in mind at all.
Which is where we might actually be going with the MCU, actually, which is kind of nuts. Is that might actually be the end movie.
It could be.
Everyone might just be fighting on a planet all at once.
Who knows? The Beyonder might. But, so, let's break it down. This one will be 33 character draft. We got 10 different sections here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 different categories. 10 categories plus a wild card category. Those categories are: we are required to pick 4 Marvel heroes. Required to pick 4 Marvel villains. Same goes for DC. 4 DC heroes and 4 DC villains. We are required to pick 3 characters who are the titular character of their own movie. For example, the Batman and the Batman. Now, characters like the Guardians of the Galaxy, this doesn't apply to them. You can't just take Star-Lord in this category. It's not his movie. It's the Guardians movie. You can't do that. You can't take Iron Man for the Avengers. You can take Iron Man for Iron Man 1 through 3. Sure, I'll give it to you. The next category is 3 characters with solo shows. And this is, again, titular characters. Since we did specify solo, we're going to break the rules a little bit. And I'm going to tell you that WandaVision and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier are included in that. They can be drafted there. Wanda Maximoff, Vision, Sam Wilson, or Bucky Barnes, they can be drafted in that one. But I am going to draw the line at Bucky Barnes being taken for solo movie.
That's fair.
Captain America, the Winter Soldier is a Captain America movie. See, there's a lot of stipulations here. A lot of stipulations. Mm-hmm. The rest of them are a little bit more fun. We got 2 super geniuses. Includes the likes of Tony Stark, Reed Richards, et cetera, in both DC and Marvel. 2 super powered, which is a very all-encompassing category. Lots of super powered people in comic books. 2 no enhancement characters. They are just humans doing their thing. Green Arrow, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Batman fits in this category.
Duck. Not necessarily non or only human. A duck would also apply. Just Howard no enhancement. No, I think he might be the only one that I can think of. Rocket? Is he enhanced?
That's a good question. Where do you draw the line there?
Is Rocket enhanced?
Essentially have the same capabilities.
I feel like we will get that answer with the next movie legitimately, because I think we're going to get his actual origin. But I guess he is enhanced because he can actually talk, right?
He was scientifically enhanced. Howard the Duck was just born that way.
He enhanced himself.
Yeah, really? Howard the Duck was born on a planet where he is just like everyone else. Yeah. I think that's important.
Yeah. Okay. So, Rocket, I don't think Rocket is fair game there.
I think you can consider Rocket enhanced because there was an outside occurrence that made him the way he is.
So I think is Howard the Duck the only non-enhanced, non-human?
I think that would have to be the case.
Cosmo is definitely enhanced. Yeah, every animal that's coming to mind is enhanced.
You could take Lucky the dog from Hawkeye, the Hawkeye series, Lucky the pizza dog, if you wanted to. That is just a dog. No enhancements there.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Last 2 categories. We got 2 Magic MFers and 3 wild cards. And now, I know that was a lot. You might not have kept up with it. I'll be sure to put that list in the description. Go ahead and check that out so you know exactly what our criteria is. There is a lot of overlap. And if a character is taken, for example, a lot of characters with solo movies. If you take Batman in the solo movie category, you can't take him as a DC hero. If you take Superman in the DC hero category, you can't take him in superpowered. If the character is taken, they are off the table in every other category. As opposed to the Star Wars draft, from the get-go, we're involving trades and moves if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these are naturally a little bit more later in the game sorts of things when you have more tools to go ahead and utilize those things. But if there is something early on, you're like, oh, I see this. I want to trade for that. Go for it. Trades on the table, moves on the table. You can move a character from, say, again, you have Superman in the superpowered category, but you're like, ooh, there's another superpowered character that doesn't fit somewhere else. I'm going to move Superman to the DC heroes. And you can fill in that spot. It does occupy a turn, however. You don't get to draft someone in that round in which you decide to move. Them's the rules.
Mm.
I don't make them up. I mean, I kind of do. I do.
You do
make
kind
them
of.
up.
Yeah, I guess we do make them up.
We do make them up.
But we act like we have to abide by them, or else the universe will break apart.
We don't fuck with the rules we set forth. We're not those types of people. We set rules, we follow them. So that's what you can expect in this draft. Now, we did discover that this remote is not necessarily weighted after 3 in a row.
It is pretty ceremonious at this point, you know.
It is.
It feels wrong. You know, I even pulled up a coin flipper on online. You could choose any coin you wanted. It just felt wrong. I'm like, no, it's not ceremonious.
We need the Roku remote.
Yeah.
So do we do we want to go I'm heads, you're tails once again?
Dude, this is in your hands because I feel like it is weighted. I feel like it is still somehow weighted in my favor.
It was 3-4. It just happened that 3 in a row were yours. Like
I know. I don't know. I don't know.
It is heads. I will go. I declared.
Thank God. You can finally go first. Okay.
I can finally go first.
And?
With the very first pick overall in this draft, I'm afraid I'm going to have to go with my favorite of all time. It's going to have to be Batman.
Thank God.
The category here becomes more difficult.
Ooh,
I think I'm going to go ahead and throw him in the solo movie category. Do we want to do it like we declare a specific version of the character again?
Mm-hmm. I like that because in solo movie, it has to be a solo movie performance.
Yeah. Oh, then it's the Batman, and that's easy.
It's
Robert Pattinson, the Batman, for my solo movie performance. Now, this does not apply to Marvel hero, Marvel villain, DC hero, DC villain. If you want to pick a comic book version of the character, pick a comic book version of the character. It is still on the table that you can pick the on-screen versions of the character. But,
I like that. Batman.
Most people are most familiar with the on-screen portrayals. It's easier to relate to everybody. So it's probably going to be pretty heavy on movie performances of these characters, but we shall see.
Okay.
We shall see. I'm going the Batman straight away.
And I was a little afraid. I had a feeling you were going to go Batman because I just had a feeling I was going to get Spidey no matter what. Because that's who's going next. It's Spider-Man. It's Peter Parker. Yep. And if you chose Spider-Man, legitimately, I was like, I will trade you Batman for Spider-Man. I'm like, you don't want Spider-Man as bad as me. No, you will take I was going to do that. I was going to offer you a trade round 1 if you took Spider-Man.
And I would have accepted it, and it would have been pointless.
Yeah, I know. So I had a feeling that the coin flip really didn't matter. I was going to be Spider-Man. You were going to get Batman, no matter what. I feel, but now it is interesting on where to place him. And I have been doing some thinking about it. And the thing, you don't want to place him in Marvel Hero. You don't want to place the big Spidey, It's solo movie, you're either right with strategy there, or it's like super powered or super genius. You want to place a big character somewhere not in the big thing. And I think, I don't know, the best one, it does feel like a solo movie, but then I have to choose out of all 3 of them.
Ooh.
And which Spider-Man do I even pick? And then it's Tobey Maguire, and then whenever I pick Tobey Maguire, is it Spider-Man 1 or 2?
3 is out of this conversation.
So I narrowed it down to Tobey pretty quick. For the movie, I guess. But my trouble is just, do I love Green Goblin and the origin more, or do I just love having Spidey off rip going against Doc Ock? What do I love? I think Spider-Man 2 is an overall better movie, but my childhood was Spider-Man 1. That was the movie. That's why he's number 1 being chosen. So I feel like I've talked my way through it. it'll be Sam Raimi Spider-Man from 2002.
Yep.
Is that right? I think,
yep,
yeah.
2002. 20 years apart our picks.
There you go. Yeah, Spider-Man 2002 is what I will be going with. Good old Toby.
I forgot to mention that this will be round 1 of 3. We will be doing 3 rounds. This first one will only be 11 picks. So the first one is off the board. We both got rolling exactly how I anticipated us to, and this is why the coin flip did matter.
Ooh, that's true. That is true.
I'm going Superman.
Damn, man.
I'm going Superman, and I'm
That's
throwing
tough.
Superman in DC Hero. I am going straight there.
Okay. Straight up. I guess there's not really that many DC heroes that I like. And now that Superman's off the table, there's even less. Now that Batman's off the Batman and Superman.
Yep.
I didn't grow up with a lot of DC at all. So that's tough. Do you want to trade for I'm kidding.
I will trade you Superman for
I won't do that. I won't. That is why I said I'm kidding. Because I only have one person. I'll trade you my current pick, Superman.
Superman in the DC Hero. Now, a matter of what version of Superman I want to take.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's either Christopher Reeve in 78, or it is a comic book version of Superman. And I'm a go comic version of Superman. I'm gonna just go a comic book version of Superman, and you don't have to take this down or anything, but specifically, I think I'm gonna do Peter J. Tomasi's run of Superman. I'm gonna find a picture of him and throw him on my graphic.
Tomasi, Tomasi. One letter off. Peter J. Tomasi's in any run in specific? Because I am putting
Superman 2016. I think it was 2016. It was the Rebirth run, and it was absolutely fantastic. Here, let me see if I can't find that for you. Superman 2016. Yes,
Superman's not hyphenated. What am I doing?
Superman's all one word.
I was on the Spider-Man train, or I just came out of Union Station. I'm only thinking of trains now.
Nothing but trains.
Trains.
But
swift transition into my next pick. In a train scene in the Marvel universe. I was thinking that you kind of forced my hand to pick a DC person because the big ones are gone. And then I realized I'm going off favorites, and my favorites just lie in Marvel right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Top of the list, you go for Marvel. I get it.
And my boy that I am picking right away gets saved after a train goes zooming by, and then Cap catches a spear, and that's my boy Vision. I have to take Vision this early. He is my guy. And now I think since we declare that it is okay, I would absolutely love to slot him in the solo show for WandaVision. And I think just both reasons for WandaVision is probably the best solo show there is. And Vision is my favorite character other than Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe, and he's probably my legitimate favorite. It's hard to say that, currently, the current version, like Tom Holland versus
yes,
Paul Bettany. Character overall, it's Spider-Man, that's pretty easy. But the current version, I like Vision more. So these are kind of like my number ones right now. So yeah, I'll put him in the solo show for WandaVision.
All right,
I take it. Yeah, those are the two that I knew were just going to be bam bam off. Those are my first two, no matter what.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got my first two. If I was going first, those were my first two. Were Batman and Superman.
They were. I mean, Batman and Superman were in my number 1 and 2, but like I knew they were going to be taken, so like these
right.
were my number 1 realistics, I guess you could say. So yeah,
realistically, I feel you. Now for my next pick, I gotta go with who I might, if I'm being honest with myself, regard as my favorite Marvel hero, and that's Wolverine. Now where?
Ooh.
I don't know. Superpowered is looking mighty compelling. But you only have 2 of those in superpowered, so it's a little, it's slim pickings over there, and those could be some really fun, interesting out there characters if I wanted to.
This one is harder to slot because we have like it in Star Wars. It was kind of just easy. It was like, okay, they just kind of slot there. It's like, ooh, that was a caveat where they could slot in, so I'll do it there. But like every other time, it was like pretty obvious. But here, it's very strategic. It feels. Yeah.
I think. Oh man, I'm gonna go a little crazy with it. And I'm gonna go again solo movie and go Logan.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah, I think that's just already having 2 of the 3 solo movies filled. Though I don't know how I feel about it, but that does feel like the category that would be the easiest to just chip away at and then move forward after that. So I don't know. It's interesting. I love me some Wolverine, and Logan, that movie specifically, is fucking fantastic. If I wasn't going to take him in solo movie, it would have gotten a little harder, but I mean, it's hard to defeat Chris Claremont's original Wolverine. That shit will always have me hooked. The introduction in introduction in Incredible Hulk, but then applying him to giant size X-Men was just fucking genius. I fucking love me some Wolverine. So, I think I'm very comfortable with going Wolverine and Logan for sure.
This is where it gets tough. It's because this is like where all of these people are like tied for third. Yeah. And it just depends on the time of where I'm at. And I also have to think that this is a draft. It's not, we don't have the same brains. You know, you're not thinking who I'm thinking necessarily.
No, not always. Yeah, right now, I genuinely do not know where you'll go with this. I have my guess. I've got 2 guesses. I couldn't tell you for sure if they're correct.
It is either a villain or a hero. I'm like, it is either one villain in my mind or one hero in my mind. It's T'Challa.
Damn it!
I know, and he would have gone next, I think.
Yeah, he was my next pick.
I could not let him slide.
No, he was my very, very next pick, so that's thoroughly disappointing.
And it's interesting that, like, I was just going to put Black Panther.
Now you got Shuri in the mix now. Shuri can be picked for solo movie.
So, now do we refer to as when T'Challa was in suit as Black Panther? That's just T'Challa now, right? It's not like... Or, like, do you still, like, he was the Black Panther, yes, but, like, I feel
like... context, you know, like, I can tell when we're talking about Peter Parker versus Miles Morales, and I usually just say Spider-Man.
True.
It kind of depends on the
context. That's fair.
Yeah, Captain America, I typically go straight to Steve Rogers in my head just because that's who was Captain America all my life, but I'm very comfortable referring to Sam Wilson as Captain America now as well. So, like, it just depends on what context you're speaking of him. I think within this, it's probably a better idea to take him down as T'Challa, like write him down as T'Challa. And maybe even Peter Parker / Spider-Man from earlier so that we, because Miles Morales will almost certainly be taken at some point.
Yeah.
I
guess we'll just put both names. We'll just put human and hero.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne, Batman, Clark Kent, Superman. Yeah, that's a good idea. Where are you taking him from? Is it Black Panther, just straight up?
Yeah, it is Black Panther. So I guess I could either put him in Marvel hero or superpowered or solo movie again, pretty much.
Yeah, and super genius.
That's true. Just literally being Wakandan makes you a super genius. Like, can you take anyone from Wakanda? Basically, like.
Yeah, the way Okoye was talking about MIT like it was a fucking just one of their elementary schools.
I don't know. I feel like anyone from Wakanda is pretty fair game.
That's fair.
Ooh. Okay, I just thought of a character that fit. Anyway, where to place T'Challa? I don't know. It is really weird, but the solo movie slot is looking appetizing to me too. Like putting the second solo movie, like because superpowered is just so broad. That's so broad, and I want to keep it open. Black, can he go in anything? No. Yeah, I'll put him in solo movie too.
That makes me feel good about my choices.
I feel like it does make sense. Like those are the ones you just got to kind of get out of the way first.
Yeah, you want to claim those. You do. And T'Challa Black Panther, that's literally my most, if you go to my League of Comics page, it is literally top one most read character.
I know. It was tough. And I know. And it was like, man, in my top comic book characters of all time, like he's right there. I can't.
It's fair
I'm like, man, he's just so fucking cool, and it's science, and he's humble, and it's like, basically, I loved Kawhi Leonard at the time. He was like my favorite NBA player, and he was just super humble about it, everything he does, and that's why I loved him. And then Black Panther was getting big around that time too, just Chadwick Boseman, just such a good guy. You have the character that's just actually badass, the suit, the redistribution, the kinetic, everything was just so cool, and I was like, oh my god, like I didn't even read the comics, and that's all I knew of Black Panther. That's it, and I was like already so hooked. So like, yeah, I had to, but a lot.
Actually,
crazy how many.
Date of recording, a new Black Panther comic actually just released today, Black Panther number 12. This won't be out for probably another month. So we're recording a little bit in advance, but so maybe Black Panther 13 is out by now. But
never know.
I'm certainly reading the ongoing Black Panther run. That character is fantastic, and he's in a really interesting place in the comics right now. Just because he's not the king of Wakanda right now. Wakanda's trying out democracy a little bit, a semi-democratic rule. So yeah, it's just they're in a really interesting spot in Black Panther comics right now. But it's a great choice because he was certainly next. He was the very next pick.
Vision is just Vision. There is no. He's not. Is it the? Yeah, is it the Vision? Because we have
according to different people, it's different things. Because Wanda, it depends on how much they view him as human.
That's true.
Like Wanda calls
him as my Vision.
Name. Yeah.
Ultron calls him my Vision.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, that's interesting. I guess I'll just put Vision. Jarvis? He's not Jarvis, though.
He's not Jarvis. He's an overlay of Jarvis and Bruce and Tony and the Mind Stone. He's all sorts of... You take the Mind Stone out, there's still a whole lot of Vision left. To quote Bruce Banner.
Yeah. I like Vision. I like just Vision.
I like Vision as well. That is a good choice. That is a good choice. But I am also going to fill a solo show spot here, and I'm going Matt Murdock Daredevil.
Okay. Oh, man. That sucks.
Yeah, I love me some Matt Murdock Daredevil. And since it is solo show, I am taking Daredevil.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Cox in that TV show.
The best Marvel show there is, actually.
Probably.
Better than WandaVision.
Yeah, no, see, Daredevil's interesting because
different than
I think it's a really, really good first watch experience. like one of the best like it is objectively a great TV show, incredibly well crafted, very well made. I have the darndest time rewatching it.
You're right. Season 1's pretty easy. Like you're in the hype of rewatching it, and you're starting pretty strong, but then man, those later seasons are actually kind of hard to watch.
Like it's really long, like and it's so melodramatic. It's really sad all the time. There's like nothing happy about it, that's really good for a first viewing experience. Yeah. Like being like, oh shit, this is great drama. You just don't see superhero shit like this ever, and then you watch it once and you're like, oh, so that's why we don't see superhero shit like this ever, because it's hard to watch sometimes. And superheroes are typically the fun guys. But Matt Murdock, man, if I could take he's not solo show in this, but I think the version of him as put on screen in She-Hulk, if that's what they're going to do with the character in the MCU, I am so fucking excited. Because Charlie Cox maintains that air of Daredevil that he was before, but there's this more comic book accurate likeness to him as opposed to like Frank Miller's Daredevil, who was incredible. That's all the show was based off of, was Frank Miller's Daredevil. And Frank Miller's very, very like, the world, it's disgusting and dirty and grimy and it'll fuck you over. And that's really the tone of the show. But with him hopefully being in a little bit better of a place after that show, I love the version they put to screen in She-Hulk. So I'm so excited for the future of that character.
It's so hard. It is so hard. Because I have Vision.
You're like, do I just go ahead and claim the partner or the counterpart? You have no choice. You know what you must do.
I'm sorry. Like, the only hesitation I'm having is because I know how much you like her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, in the spot of the draft I'm in, I'm looking at the other characters. Well, she's the pick out of favorites right now. And I'm talking of Wanda, if it's not been clear.
That's the next top favorite available for you.
Yeah, but is it the best? Is it the best available draft pick right now, though?
Because I'm not going to lie to you. There's a character that I know if I take them next round.
Oh, you will get a trade.
You will trade for him.
So you're basically telling me, if I take Wanda, you get Wanda no matter what.
Yes.
Guarantee. Okay.
No, I mean, like, not a guarantee. I don't know if I want to do it like that.
No, but pretty much. That is fair. I mean, that's when you
we are playing with trades from the get-go this time. It changes the game completely.
And that's the thing. I think I'm gonna go completely out of left field here. I don't think... maybe you see it coming. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm going a DC villain. I'm going the best villain of all time. I'm going the Joker.
Okay.
And no name there, I guess. Just the Joker. And man, I'm having a trouble time going either Dark Knight or any Mark Hamill.
Let me blow your mind here. That's a solo movie character. I don't want a solo movie character.
I don't want to. That's a no enhancement motherfucker right there.
Oh, there you go.
That's a no enhancement motherfucker right there.
That is a good place to put him.
He just embraces chaos. And it's so hard to choose between Mark Hamill or Heath Ledger. Like, it's so hard because, like, I grew up with both. Grew up younger with Mark Hamill. Like, Mark Hamill was more of my childhood, but more of my favorite of what I can just, like, I could watch that movie over and over and over again. I don't, like, it's it's almost like I've gotten past all the cliches. Like, the movie's cliche a little bit, but then once you just get past it a little bit and you watch it, and you can just accept what it is, and then just, like, all the little trivia about it, all the real stuff Nolan did, I love that movie. It's The Dark Knight. It's Heath Ledger. I guess it's not really a super important declaration. I guess it's more of, like, the graphic, really, of, like, who I want in the graphic. Do I want the animated Joker in the graphic, or do I want the Heath Ledger Joker?
Good choice. You made a good choice here.
Yeah, I think I'm going Heath Ledger. So there I am, and no enhancement. That's where he's going, I think.
I respect that. That is a great choice. This does. There is a pick that I want. That I'm like, all right, I'm fairly certain this is my next pick. But I'm tempted to go ahead and swipe one from you to use as leverage later on.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I know it's brutal, but it's life's a dirty game. You got to play dirty to win.
Fair enough.
But if I want to use something for leverage, it'd be for something I just want. No reason to not just go ahead and take what I want now. So, I believe I'm going to my top 100 comic book characters list real quick. Yes, and my next on the list, that's crazy. It's exactly where I was thinking. Magneto and the Marvel villain.
Okay.
Love Magneto.
The first Marvel villain, Magneto. That's actually sick.
I fucking love Magneto. He's absolutely right.
Where? What performance?
Now you're getting
what Magneto. You like the older Magneto, right?
I do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me Michael Fassbender's Magneto, and the one that would give Ian McKellen a run for his money is the First Class Michael Fassbender. The journey that character goes on throughout that movie is fucking insane. I love it. I mean, the fact that he's hunting down Nazis at the beginning of the movie is so fucking cool.
How can't you get behind that?
No, exactly.
You have to. It's automatically cool. I don't know. That's tough to choose where. Like you're taking Magneto from.
Because frankly, I love the comic book Magneto.
Ooh, okay.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of what Magneto I would want to take. Because I do think I could get a little bit on the prettier side with a comic book character design,
I see. Yeah.
Because I like Magneto's live action character designs, but they don't touch what they can do and have the capability of doing in the comic books.
I needed to look up how to spell his name. Lensher is not easily spelled name. Lensher. There we go. If it were me, I'd be taking him out of First Class. I love Fassbender so much. Like
Fassbender's fucking fantastic.
Is First Class is the end, or maybe not the end, but is this the one where he moves this, where Professor X and him have the scene together, where he moves the satellite dish and he's like, "You can do it."
Yes.
And he's like, "Use that," or like, "Oh, dude, for me, it'd be Fassbender."
What's crazy is Eric Lensher is the version of Magneto that is on screen.
Oh, but that's not the one you're going.
I'm going comic book Magneto, and I'm going Max Eisenhart Magneto.
Eisenhart. I see that. Yes.
This is the one that has been in the main comics universe since the character's inception.
And do you want to go with any specific run?
That's what I'm looking for right now. I think I might go... I might just have to go Chris Claremont's Uncanny X-Men, 1981. I think that's probably what I'm going to have to do.
1981 was that?
Yeah, Uncanny X-Men, 1981. When you think of classic X-Men comics, you can go all the way back to the 60s and see a lot of stuff, but it's not till after Giant Size X-Men that the X-Men become what you see in your head. And that's kind of, Magneto's pretty much maintained his appearance all throughout that, but like the X-Men uniforms and stuff, the general aesthetic, the vibe of all of it, it evolves greatly at Giant Size, and that's I love that version of Magneto. So I think I have to go Max Eisenhardt's Magneto there.
Okay, that's, I don't know. It's I like how we just had two villains there. Like I kind of went out of left field. I thought just grabbing a villain out of nowhere, but
that was my next up.
Okay.
I was sitting in a place where almost no matter what, I was going with a villain.
Yeah. Okay. Now I think I need to go into the DC universe because I don't have many left that I even know really anything about. So I really need to like pick them soon. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. No enhancement. That would clear. No, I don't want to solidify it. No. Not necessarily do I have to go back to DC. Not necessarily. Oh, dude, but there's like no one left, man. Like I'm looking through my DC characters and it's just like, you know, the sad thing is that I watched Black Adam actually because it came out on HBO, and very try hard, very cliche, but like I will give it some credit. Like it actually wasn't that bad as everyone is making it seem.
It's a thoroughly enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
I've been since it came out on HBO Max going, Emily, we should watch Black Adam.
It's actually fun.
It's a very fun movie to watch. The Rock is ass. He's not a good actor. But like Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Cyclone, all that stuff, super fucking cool. I love the JSA in it.
Dr. Fate, like in this movie alone, was actually so badass.
So fucking cool.
And I've seen the character before. I'm not picking him here, but I'm saying like he's like one of the DC characters that like just out of nowhere for me just like jumped super appealing. High. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's where I'm going.
Both Hawkman and Dr. Fate
because he picked up. Well, no, he let it like go. But he like picked it up and like used the power for like a little bit. I don't really know how it works. I don't really know all the lore for Dr. Fate.
I'm not mighty familiar with Dr. Fate either. That's a character who, after I watched that movie, I was like, I need to read Justice Society of America.
Yeah, he can see the future and he knows.
He's basically Doctor Strange on the DC side, and probably even more powerful.
Yeah, I don't know. He was really badass. I don't know. I can't pick him now, though. I do think I will go DC again, but it's going to be another solo show. Ooh. And it's one of my favorite, like, if I had to pick DC, one of my favorite characters of all time, DC, Peacemaker. Like, I love that show so much, and out of like the DC people, I was thinking about it. Like after Superman and Batman are gone, I'm like, who is at the top of DC for me? Yeah. And I legitimately think it's Peacemaker.
That's crazy. I love it.
And I guess that's why I was thinking like not enhanced, because he just wears a helmet. You know, I guess his helmet enhances him, but he's not enhanced.
I would argue Iron Man's no enhancement.
That's true. So, like, I don't know if I want to fill it, because he's a villain, technically. right?
Yeah, because he's in the Suicide Squad.
So, like, and I don't have many DC villains, like, at all. So, like, I think I just have to actually get that filled out.
You got to act on that.
So I think, yeah, I'll put Peacemaker in the DC villain category. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I had to go DC. Like, there's not enough for me to pick from if I don't do it now. So,
no, I get you.
It's just from the show for his performance. Not Suicide Squad. I'll take the show.
It's a better version of the character.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
So, yeah.
No, I like that pick. It's a very bold pick, and that's kind of what I'm looking for out of this. So, where are we? How deep are we now? 5?
You are on 6 right now.
We're on the 6th pick, so we're about halfway through this draft. Okay. Through this round of this draft. Let's see. Next up, I'm looking at my top 100 characters, and I'm like, unless you wanted to be a dick, I don't think I'm worried about a couple of the next few spots.
That's why, like, I haven't, that's why Ultron hasn't been picked yet, if I'm being honest. And like, I feel
what I've been alluding to about being like, I could definitely get a trade out of you if I took it.
Yeah, I feel like there are some characters for you that I'm also just like, okay, I understand.
Yeah,
Even though I did take, or actually I didn't.
The only one that I'm like, oh damn, you got that one is Black Panther.
I know. And
I mean, like, obviously Spider-Man, but I knew you were going to get Spider-Man. I'm not pressed about that. I'm like, Black Panther is like, oh fuck. Like, I wanted Black Panther. That's your hardest bargaining chip right now if you ever want to utilize him.
I know. I don't know if I want to, though, is the thing. That'll be later game that'll happen.
That's down the line type shit. I'm going to dip back into the Spider-Man bag and go Miles Morales.
I thought, man, that was probably gonna be my next pick.
I'm like, you got one of the Spider-Man. I can't let you have both. I love Spider-Man.
Like, I was thinking, because like my thought process was like, man, you have Batman, Superman, Wolverine. And I'm like, I have Spider-Man, and what would be the perfect team up with Spider? Like, what would be the perfect person to put right next to that Spider-Man? But that's okay.
That's what's great about Spider-Man is he can just bounce around the Marvel universe. Like, he's just so versatile. But Miles Morales, man, I love Miles Morales. And again, another character who just had a brand new run begin. Miles Morales Spider-Man #1 just started. I'm going into the Spider-Verse just because that character is the journey that character goes on in that movie is unfucking touchable. It's arguably the greatest comic book movie of all time.
Category though?
I'm having a tough time with that one. I might go ahead and pick my first Marvel hero. It could be Solo Movie. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and fill that out. Is
that even if you fill out Solo Movie, it's not like you're really limiting yourself.
No, I can still go all of the
pick all of them for the hero.
Heroes.
So it's not really gonna matter. Okay. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Yes, he is Spider-Man / Spider-Man in the Solo Movie, which rounds it out for you. Okay.
It does. I filled out that category quick, but I feel good about it. I feel like Bruce Wayne, Batman, Logan, Wolverine, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. I fucking love the way that category looks right now. So I'm 100% cool.
He's fallen too far. I think I have to take Wanda now.
Yep.
She's fallen too far. And Vision is up there too far. I should have taken her earlier. She is, if I'm looking at my list, she's
next up.
She's already been. So, now where to place her though? She is a magic motherfucker.
She is a magic motherfucker.
Who else is magic? I mean, not many. There are some cool magic motherfuckers, though, that I'd rather maybe pick that don't belong in many other categories. Wanda belongs to many. Solo show. She's going right next to Vision. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
She technically be a Marvel villain?
She could be.
I don't think that's in good faith, though. You know?
That's fair.
It was really, she was just...
She's pretty villainous in Multiverse of Madness. She is the antagonist.
I was saying for Civil War, and then Multiverse of Madness just hit me.
And Age of Ultron.
Or I guess that's what I was saying. Age of Ultron is what I was referring. That's what I was thinking of. Could she be considered a villain in Age of Ultron? Really, is she the villain?
No, far from the villain. No, like
she's maybe a villain of the movie.
She's an antagonist for half the movie.
Yeah. So, but Multiverse of Madness, she's kind of the villain.
She is the villain in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot more good heroes to choose from.
There are.
I think I'll slaughter and villain, actually, just for the strategic.
I love it.
Does that mean I have to take her from Multiverse of Madness? Or just, she's a villain, so it's kind of wide open? I guess well, yeah, I guess I would have to take
I would argue that if you are taking the MCU version of Wanda, you have to take Multiverse of Madness, yeah. If you're putting her in villain.
Okay. And I think I'm okay with that, actually.
I mean, that's arguably Elizabeth Olsen's best performance. I mean, WandaVision's pretty fucking strong.
And, the whole, she is the Scarlet Witch, full blown. You know, we got to see the look of the Scarlet Witch. It was sick. Halloween costumes out the ass. Everyone was wearing that. Because it was actually just that cool and that simple. That's the thing. It's very, it's simple and that effective. And I don't know, yeah. I'll put the Scarlet Witch then, I guess, for villain. Wanda Maximoff / the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
But yeah. For Multiverse of Madness.
I dig it. For Marvel villain then, right?
Yep. Correct.
Alrighty.
Scarlet 1T or 2?
Scarlet is 1T.
It looked weird with 2. Felt British with 2. I don't know why.
Scarlet.
But yeah, dude, that's so beautiful. The first Marvel villain to be taken for you was Magneto, and the first Marvel villain I didn't even think about that, was Wanda. Oh,
impeccable. Impeccable. Undeniable. But on to pick number 7. I'm gonna play favorites again. No real, I don't know that this is even one you'd eventually come for, but, I'm there. I want her now. I'm taking Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk. I love me some She-Hulk, and I'm actually going to go with a comic book version of the character.
Hyphenated or not?
She-Hulk. I think the show isn't hyphenated, but the character is typically hyphenated.
I'll go with that. Are you going the show or a comic?
I'm going a comic. I'm going the very most recent incarnation of the character in Rainbow Rowell, which is rainbow as it sounds, and then Rowell, Rowell, Rowell.
Okay.
Rainbow Rowell's She-Hulk run. It's brand new this year. It's a top 5 favorite of new comic book runs for me.
Wait, their first name is Rainbow?
Yeah, that's her first name, Rainbow Rowell.
I thought that was the name of the comic run.
No, that is the writer's name, is Rainbow Rowell.
Awesome. That's even cooler.
So fucking cool.
Okay, wow. That's awesome. That just came out this year?
Yes, it did. Yes,
awesome.
It did.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I would have come for this early. I think maybe in a if it's not the character, if it's the Marvel or comic book show and IP or once I will get there. That's a different story, I feel.
It's true.
But as of right now,
I don't know where I'm going to
slotted her. Yeah, that's interesting.
I can't put her solo show if I'm going with that version of She-Hulk. And although I do love Tatiana Maslany's portrayal of She-Hulk, it might just be easier to go.
She is super powered. Wildcard is wide open as well.
Yeah, but I'm gonna leave that. Leave that.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess if you do show, you gotta really pick the show.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of just changing it to show for the sake of this draft. I think my favorite version is the most recent one in the comics, but
That's
I do
just
like
graphic, dude. That's okay. That's just the graphic.
Yeah.
Just you can put her in solo show.
No, yeah, okay.
And
I love
Tatiana. That's okay. Yeah.
No. The principle of the rules.
You're right. The universe will unravel if we don't follow these rules.
If I don't follow the rules.
I almost killed us all. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
The TVA is knocking on your fucking door.
Are you changing, or are you changing her performance, or is she going in somewhere other than solo show? I'm sorry.
She's going solo show, and I gotta go just because. There's so many Marvel heroes. I feel so weird going ahead and assigning a character so early to that whenever the solo shows are limited. There's not a lot of solo shows. It's easier to go ahead and take those characters now. So I am going to go with She-Hulk. I feel good about that.
Okay. Well, no hyphen for the performance then for She-Hulk the show, but
yes. She-Hulk attorney at law, if we're getting.
But she is Jennifer
Walters.
Yes, Jennifer Walters. There we go. Now she's correct. There we go.
Beautiful.
Fricker. Okay, now where do I go? I hate when it's my turn now. It's like it's this one's way harder for some. Like it's still, I don't know. Star Wars was hard. But I don't know. This one, I feel like there's just more strategy involved here, and I have to really think it out, because in my mind I'm like, I really need to pick more DC people, but and my brain is just telling me like, how am I going to let this Marvel person run for this long? Like I can't, like I don't know, I can't just take a non-factor DC character that I really don't care about over someone that I have years and years of like care for in the MCU. Oh man, I think I'm just gonna get.
I'm so curious where you're going. Like like from this point on, I'm not even real sure I know where I'm going, pick to pick.
I know I'm kind of lost if I'm being real, but there's like two that are just floating. And I don't really think you'd really go for him. And you just chose She-Hulk, which I wouldn't really go for.
You owe me nothing. Do what you will with the pick.
I am going to pick Doctor Strange. Dr. Stephen Strange.
That is a good choice. It wasn't going to be long. I might have taken him before the end of this round. Like that was a good pick.
And where I'm gonna put him is probably Magic Motherfuckers.
That's fair.
He is kind of the Magic Motherfucker of Marvel. If I had to be for real. Let me actually, before I declare that, let me look at my other Magic Motherfucker. Oh. No, there's too many Marvel villain.
The whole
villain? No, I like him way more as the hero. Duh. I think, you know what? I'll just actually.
You going first Marvel hero?
Is it first Marvel hero or is it a Magic Mother? What is?
And are you sticking with Doctor Strange no matter what? Like, is that a guarantee?
Yeah. I feel like it's Doctor Strange. Because I feel like the Magic Motherfucker allows for non-Doctor Strange-like character picks.
Right.
So I think it's,
The Magic Motherfucker's built in a spot for you to put Doctor Strange so you can free up your Marvel and DC heroes or villains. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the other way to view it.
That is true. And I think, the more I'm thinking,
but on the flip side, you can like maybe you don't go to the magic motherfuckers with the other ones, but you want the magic motherfuckers, so you do have to leave those spots open. So like there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, I'm putting him in Marvel Hero.
Good choice. Good choice.
And I will choose his first movie, his origin. I don't think he improved in Multiverse of Madness himself. I don't think. I think the movie was strong around him, but the movie wasn't really focused on him. It wasn't a Doctor Strange movie. It's more of an America Chavez Wanda movie. That's okay. I still loved it. Awesome. But if I'm just picking my favorite Doctor Strange performance, it's the first one. So yeah.
Shit, you could even go What If. If you wanted.
No, the first movie's
so strong.
Better.
It's so strong.
It's the What If performance is good because of the first movie's performance.
True. That's very true.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll stick with my guns.
All right.
8th pick. Wow. On number 8. It's actually kind of going now. We're kind of in a groove a little bit now.
Yeah. Like okay. I'm heavy on the Marvel stuff, light on the DC stuff, just because I know I need to snatch up the Marvel stuff because that's
all I'm going for.
Yeah, exactly. But that also gives me the opportunity to go ahead and claim the DC stuff that you would inevitably have to go to, which is why I'm tempted to go Wonder Woman.
Fuck. It's like that. It's one of two that I know.
Exactly.
Still.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I might as well just snatch up all the fucking DC people while I can. I think I am going to go Wonder Woman. And I think I'm going to throw her in probably DC Hero. I think I'm going to go with my second DC Hero there. And frankly, I'm going to go Justice League animated series Wonder Woman. I loved that version of Wonder Woman.
Okay. I dig that. I've never seen it. I didn't watch that growing up. Really?
I mean, that was my favorite growing up.
Actually, let me think about that for a second. Now that I think about all the clips that I've seen of it resurfacing recently, I watched that show as a kid. I just didn't sit down religiously to watch the Spider-Man cartoons like I did, I guess. So
no, yeah, it was that. That's what's funny is I grew up on Justice League Unlimited, and the Batman animated series. The only Marvel thing I grew up on was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy. Beyond that, it was all DC for me when I was younger.
Yeah, I was Spidey all the way. That green, purple, white polo that Peter Parker wears, I don't know. It's just it looks like those cups, those retro cups, but it's his polo, it's his shirt. I just that image of Peter Parker's forever in my brain.
Ingrained.
But now I need to pick someone. Why? Okay. And that's the thing, is that I can just be okay, give me Harley Quinn, give me Poison Ivy.
Very much so could.
That's the thing. When I'm thinking of DC villains and heroes left that I know of, The Flash,
Aquaman,
Green Lantern,
yeah, Green Arrow,
Dr. Fate. Pretty sick, actually. The Suicide Squad's actually really good. And that's actually a lot of DC characters. Villains.
That's a gold mine there.
Those are villains. I'm struggling on the hero categories where I'm struggling right now. Mm-hmm. On the hero. I think the villains are
we do have that built out list over there.
I know. But that's the thing. I'm even looking at it and I'm having trouble.
I
Like,
see.
I have it open right here on my other monitor. Like, it's right there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, and it's sad that, like, my DC knowledge is just so slim. You know, I mean, The Flash right now I'm either just, like, thinking, is it The Flash or is it Aquaman? I think I always saw myself in the DC universe as the Flash. That's like the only person I could envision myself being in the DC universe as a kid. And like, because I'm like, I knew I could never be Batman. Short, doesn't work. Superman, obviously. Wonder Woman, obviously. Aquaman is like, he's always seen as lame, but like, that was just, as a kid, he was just lame no matter what. It's like, obviously I don't want to be Aquaman. And then, like, so the Flash was just the only kind of realistic one left, a younger kind of kid. That's the thing. I don't know much about him, but, like, I have to pick him here.
Yeah. Like, did you ever watch the Flash show on?
I watched Arrow and then a couple of to try to get both of them, and then I stopped. Like,
I can't blame you there. It gets complicated, but yeah, I think the one you'd probably be wanting to go with is Barry Allen.
Yeah, is the only one I know.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say Barry Allen.
Barry Allen. That's the only name. Yeah, when I looked over here at, because I was like,
Wally West, Jay Garrick.
I was like, but yeah, I guess I have to go Barry Allen because it's the only one I really know, and I guess I have to go Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh yeah.
Right now, probably the Flash movie later, hopefully, but right now it's probably Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Can't blame you there,
because that's actually is it actually the only thing I've seen him in? Now that I think about it, yeah. Other than like the other Justice League movie, but I'd prefer Zack Snyder's every day.
Right,
so,
yeah, 1,000% of the time.
Yeah. Zack, that's just not even close. There it is, Zack Schneider. It is? I swear he spelled Zack different. I swear it was like only 3 letters.
Oh no, straight up Zack is Z-A-C-K.
Okay. My brain's too hot. But I just put him in DC Hero. Yeah, because there's no other really anywhere else I can really place him. I don't know. That's kind of like I just have to do it. I have to do it there.
You have to pull trig at this point. And since you lingered it out there as a threat,
you're welcome.
I'm gonna have to pull trig on my top choice is Poison Ivy. I love me some Poison Ivy.
I figured so.
Love me that.
What's her name?
Ivy. Pamela Isley. Isley is Isley.
Okay.
Pamela Isley, and
are you going comic book?
I think I might. I think I might have to, because the most I want to go with a modern take on Poison Ivy, because the most modern takes are the most interesting and the most complex and actually in good taste.
I see. Yeah. Not Uma Thurman.
I love Uma Thurman.
She's great. She's awesome, but it's just not really made in the not
with the modern viewer in mind. I would say. I'm gonna have to go again. I talked about Rainbow Rolls, She-Hulk earlier. It's another this year. It's G. Willow Wilson. G, first just one letter. G. Willow Wilson. Her Poison Ivy run from this year has been fucking fantastic. Another top 5 favorite of mine this year. That take on the character, kind of struggling with her villainy a bit. It's cool that story's told from her narration in that book is her writing a letter to Harley Quinn, the woman she loves, and how she doesn't feel like she can be with her because she seeks to end humanity and because she wants to free the earth, but the only person she wants to preserve is Harley, and she struggles with the idea of how that's unfair to Harley. because then she'd be the only one left. It's just a lot of just a lot of warring feelings she has, and I think it's a really interesting take on the character. So, Poison Ivy, I really love that character. I have to go there.
God, it's so, because that's if I'm just in Marvel brain, it's like I know who I'm picking next. Like, I just know. I think I kind of have to declare my category. I'm declaring it's DC. It's either a DC hero or a villain, and I'm thinking I'm going villain here.
Ooh,
you know, the one good thing I remember out of the Batfleck movies was Lex Luthor. Like, I actually really like Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg's good Lex Luthor. I think he's an underrated Lex Luthor.
But I also have the Lex Luthor of the original, which it's hard to compare them because one is more of like a comedic Lex Luthor, you know?
Yeah.
He's like way more outrageous. Yeah, and then one is like the calculated, the crazy, you know, more Lex.
He's
crazy,
bro. Yeah. Tech bro.
I think I like the original better though. If I had to actually pick, I like Jesse Eisenberg and I think he does a great job. But there is something about just those Superman movies that I don't know. I loved seeing him show up again. You know, like when he showed up again, I was like, okay, I'm sort of comfortable again when you're on screen. Like in the first movie, you were great, you were awesome, you were the perfect villain. That's why that movie is just it just worked. Like it just worked so well. And then the second movie, I don't know. I love Lex Luthor, and just as DC people, I don't know. That doesn't really. The Flash was kind of like a meh. Like I don't really care that much about the Flash, but I actually do.
You're happy to go with Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I do kind of like Lex Luthor. He's a brainiac, and I do kind of like that character trope, anyways. So
DC villain or super genius?
That's what I was thinking. It's just
or no enhancement. You could have the Joker and Lex Luthor, Superman and Batman's top antagonists, both in your no enhancement.
That's the thing. It's just DC villain because
you need to fill that out.
I need to fill it out. I have magic motherfuckers and no enhancements to choose from.
I mean, Marvel's giving you an endless mind. You could go deep into Marvel, but DC, you're just like, fuck no, baby. That's a no for me, dog. I get you. Yeah. I get you.
But I will pick, what is it,
1978.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, I'll pick Superman 1978 for the performance.
I love it.
It's going to be funny just seeing do I want him bald or toupee on? I'll say with hair.
With hair.
For the graphic. Yeah, with hair.
For the sake of the graphic. Praise be the graphic. No, but I'm going to I'm gonna act on the threat you made a little bit ago again. I'm gonna go Harley Quinn.
That's what I figured. Yeah, I figured saying that out loud. I might not have wanted to say that out loud.
I mean, like, I wasn't.
I figured you were going to pick them regardless.
I'm looking at my top 100. They're both top 15. You know, that's like true. they were gonna get came for. It was only a matter of time. And maybe it wouldn't have been this round. Maybe it would have been early round 2. But
is her actual name
Harleen Quinzel?
I was going to say I didn't think it was Harley Quinn. Harleen.
Harleen. Quinzel. Quinzel.
Okay, Harley Quinzel. Are you placing her in the villain, or are you non-enhanced?
I'm going to counter your Joker with a non-enhanced.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I am going to go Harley Quinn in the no enhancement side of things. And I'm going to pick her. This one I'm actually going on screen with. I'm going Margot Robbie's Birds of Prey.
Oh, yes.
I love that movie. Like, I genuinely love that movie. So,
is that the Flower Power one where she's just?
That's the Suicide Squad.
Oh, really? That is.
That one's kick ass as well. But I love it. It's the
that's,
one whenever
that's tough to choose.
She jumps out of the moving truck and it goes and it blows up the Ace Chemical factory, and she's like walking away, and it's like really colorful and stuff. Like when she goes into the police precinct and starts like shooting motherfuckers with like the beanbag bullets.
Yeah, you're right. It's Birds of Prey. Like that's Harley's movie too. That's more. That's more. Yeah. So like in Suicide Squad, she's great in it, but like
100%. That middle part wherever she has like the love montage with the guy who's running the country, and then she kills him at the end of it. Like that, it's just gold, dude. Like that movie is like a minefield of just great fun shit, which is why James can dominate. But.
So many good villains off the board now. Okay, I have 2 picks left this round. You have 1.
I do.
2 picks left. Oh, Jesus. Do I really have to stay in the DC universe, man? Jeez. And the sad thing is a villain that I'm thinking of taking was in Zack Snyder's Justice League. It wasn't Darkseid. It's the cool motherfucker that had the armor. I don't even know his name. I don't even know his name. I don't even know his name. Thank you. Yeah, I don't even know his name, and I was thinking about taking him. That's how sad it is. That is how sad my DC knowledge is right now. It's that motherfucker with the cool-ass armor in Justice League is where I was.
Snyder's Justice League.
Yes, his armor is way better. Oh my
Oh,
God.
dude, like it's just so much better looking in Zack Snyder's Justice League for sure.
That's the only reason I would be taking him. Is the armor? I thought it was actually that cool. Like that, like visually, creatively, like it was that comic. Like, no, was it like is that his normal armor, or was that just like they did that? I don't know, because that's nuts. Like the concept of that and how it all moved.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking cool. I'm not sure. God. I'm not very largely familiar with Steppenwolf's comic counterpart. I have to imagine that's pretty movie original.
Yeah, I mean that it looked so cool. But that's the thing is like Steppenwolf right now before I pick Ultron or fucking Thanos or like, are you kidding?
I can guarantee you we could go all 3 rounds and I will not pick Steppenwolf.
Okay, that's good to know that I just have a villain if I don't have enough.
I will not even use that as a bargaining chip. I will not at any point go, I want Steppenwolf.
I was thinking, I'm like, okay, Steppenwolf is cool. I love his armor. And I'm like, he's not even like
I didn't even list him.
He's Darkseid. Yeah, he's like he's working for Darkseid. He's like picking Ronan in the Marvel universe as a villain. It's like, really? That's who you're picking? Like, and that's where I'm at. That's so sad. I'm picking the Ronan version of DC. What the fuck?
Spot on too. That's such a great comparison. That's
it's actually literally the same thing. Darkseid is Thanos and Steppenwolf is Ronan. Oh shit! And like the Power Stone is the fucking mother boxes for him.
Same shit.
Fuck.
Different day.
I'm not going Steppenwolf. It's sad that I was almost going to though.
No, I think. I guess you must just not really care about some of the DC villains I have in my head. Where like I'm
like, okay, there is one that is really awesome, and in a recent movie. I don't really see her. I guess she is a villain. I don't know. Like, if I'm thinking of Catwoman.
You got an endless minefield of Batman villains. I can't believe you haven't gone there.
No, I'm thinking of Catwoman right now. Is she always a villain?
She's a rogue. No, not always, but she's in the rogues gallery. I would consider her a DC villain.
Because like Bane, that's the thing. Is like I like his performance in The Dark Knight Rises, but like I don't know. It was just kind of like
Bane, Riddler.
Riddler is badass. Fuck. Yeah, okay. How have I not chosen the Riddler?
I can't, I'm just shocked you haven't gone with any of the Batman rogue gallery if you're having a tough time, because I'm like, I know you know these people.
But that's the thing, them. I do know, yeah, I do. I guess I do know them. And I chose the Flash and Lex Luthor over the Riddler. That's sad. That's sad. That's.
I mean, he's still here for you though, so that's It's not bad. It's smart. You played it good.
Okay, yeah.
Because if you didn't take the Flash was getting took.
That's true. That is true.
If you didn't take Lex Luthor, I can't guarantee you it was going to be this round. I would have gladly taken Lex Luthor at some point. Like these aren't bad picks. You took two of the characters that I was most intrigued by on the DC side. So,
do I take the Batman's version of the Riddler? Do I take Jim Carrey?
Your blind eye.
Do I take Jim Carrey's Riddler? Do I take, the Gotham TV show Riddler is actually so good.
I dig that. I like that idea.
And there's so much more that you get with that character in the TV show. And the actor's actually so good with it too. Do I like it more than the new Batman, though? Because that new Batman was fucking
immaculate. What's crazy, too, is that wasn't even Paul Dano's best performance of 2022. That man went nuts in The Fabelmans.
I still gotta see that. I gotta see a lot of movies. That's tough on where to go. The graphic, that's the thing. No one's gonna recognize the Gotham version of the Riddler.
But if that's your favorite, it's your favorite, that's why I liked, this is coming out after the Star Wars draft. That's why I liked getting the High Republic character, is because I know a lot of High Republic fans are going to be like, fuck yes, you got the High Republic character. The Gotham fans will be like, fuck yes, he got the Gotham character.
I think I actually do. Yeah, that show's so good. Actually. It's okay. It's not like Daredevil level good, or it's not I don't want to say it's oh my god, go out and watch it. It's just it's a show you kind of just binge and put on. You don't really care about a whole lot, but it's if you love Batman, it's oh, this is just kind of cool. Seeing Batman as such a young kid, or not even Batman yet, just seeing Bruce, such a young kid. And all these other characters that are surrounding him so early on. And you see how it twists him and how he becomes Batman. You see how he could become that dark in the first place. And so, I don't know, it's so cool. So yeah, I think you've talked me through it. I think I will go Gotham.
I love that for you. That's a good choice. Is it Eddie Nigma? Edward Nigma?
Edward Nigma. Yep. Love Edward Nigma. That's
it.
Right. Yeah, but he'll be going in DC Villain as well. Just, again, I need to fill it out. Well, now I know that I have the Batman Rogue. No, I don't know. That's the thing, is that I can't, I was thinking about putting him in Super Genius, but there are so many cool Super Geniuses other than Edward Nigma, and DC Villains. I'm gonna struggle anyway, so yeah, I'm putting him in DC Villain.
And again, you were threatening it. I'm going to sweep up my favorite birds of prey. I'm going to go Selena Kyle, Catwoman.
Why do I say these things out loud?
She was my next pick. That was not a, oh, you reminded me. She was next on my list. As far as you are looking for DC villains, I need to sweep up the ones I really like. She was next.
Are you putting her in there with Poison Ivy and DC Villains?
I think that I am.
Okay. She is a no enhanced.
She is a no enhanced, but I don't think I want to fill that out yet. Okay. I do like her as a DC villain, and there's only a few more that I'm really, really oh, I would love to have them. You know what I'm saying?
Now, the Batman or comic?
This is tough because I do love the Zoe Kravitz portrayal of Catwoman. I think that was definitely the best on screen we've ever gotten. I love Anne Hathaway, but she's not really a fantastic Catwoman. She's a fantastic actress and she does really well in the role, but I'm not over the moon about that version of Catwoman. I'm not generally over the moon about Nolan's Batman trilogy. I think it's solid, and I think The Dark Knight specifically is fucking great. I think Batman Begins is fucking great. Really, I'm just not high at all on The Dark Knight Rises.
How do you end a trilogy with a cliffhanger of Robin? You know, what,
and again, a grown fucking man, even older than the one they were trying to portray with the original.
He was already out of foster care in the GCPD for years, or I guess he was newly. I get ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
He's older than the Batman 66 Dick Grayson. You know what I'm saying? Like he's older than every on-screen version of Dick Grayson there'd been so far. I don't like The Dark Knight Rises. But Selina Kyle, Catwoman, I think I am going to go a comic counterpart, and I think I'm going to go, I'm going to specify the artist this time because the way it's drawn is really what gets me on this character is Tim Sale's Catwoman When in Rome.
Tim Sale, just as you would think.
As you would think, Sale. Yeah. Well, if you'd think like money, Sale.
Yes, not boat sale.
Yeah, no.
So just Tim Sale's Catwoman, and it was this year
When in
again?
Rome. No, this is an oldie. This is 04.
In Rome, 2000. I've been putting the years with the comic books. I don't know why. I just have been. But yeah, Tim Sale's When in Rome. Okay. Oh wow, this is the last pick.
Yeah, this is your last pick of the round. I finished up mine with Selina Kyle, Catwoman.
That's nice because you did bring up Robin. Which was I picked the Flash. I picked Lex Luthor over the Riddler and Robin.
No, yeah, that's that's one that I was hoping would slide right past you. I was hoping to be able to swoop them up.
Here's the thing: the only Robin that I really know is Teen Titans Robin.
Hey,
and that show fucked.
That's a good Robin.
That show fucked. I'm actually not light in the DC category hero. I forgot about that show.
Yeah, you remember in that show and you're like, oh, wait a fucking minute.
Raven, Beast Boy, Cyborg.
Yeah, there's a fucking gold mine over there. I have them all. I have all those motherfuckers in the sheet too.
I guess I just didn't get that low. Yeah, you're right. I just didn't read that low, I guess. They are right there. Okay. I can't. It's Robin. Is he Dick Grayson in Teen Titans?
That would be Dick Grayson, I think, because he does become Nightwing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Does he become Nightwing in Teen Titans?
I think so, yeah. Like eventually he gets because there's the Teen Titans and then there's Teen Titans Go. I'm not talking about the new. I'm talking about like the one that was made or coming out when we were growing up.
Yeah, 2003 to 2006 Teen Titans. Like we were young.
Yeah. I think he became Nightwing.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if he becomes Nightwing, then it is Dick Grayson. If there is another character in the show alongside that Robin, who is like if there's a Nightwing and a Robin simultaneously, then it wouldn't be Dick Grayson. But I think that Robin becomes Nightwing. It's been forever since I watched that show. So
I know that. I
am going to go ahead and assume that is Dick Grayson. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, I guess I'll go with Dick Grayson / Robin / maybe Nightwing. In Teen Titans 2003 to 2006.
Yep.
But he will go in DC Heroes. Ooh. Yeah, probably.
No, that's a good choice. Robin was one I was hoping would slide past you and I would eventually get to pick him up. I'm glad he went first round. He deserves that.
Yeah.
Robin is a first round comic book character.
For everyone out there, please headcanon move Nigma or the Riddler and Dick Grayson up where the Flash and
Lex
Luthor were taken, and then move them down.
Those are all first round characters. What's crazy is there would probably be a lot of people who would argue the only one who's not is Edward Nigma, and like even so, I still think that's a fair take.
Okay, I mean, he's a brainiac, you know, and he's crazy. Although he's psychotic and insane.
Always.
Yeah. Wow, Ultron didn't even go first round. I guess that's just, I know that if you pick him, I'll eventually trade for him, and then if I pick him, I get him. I don't know, like I'll trade for him. I'm doing anything for that man. Well,
I know you would. And
Probably
like that's why I'm letting it slide right now, because I mean, like, shit, if I get first pick second round, who knows? Who knows what happens? You might be fucked.
That remote better be on my side this next round.
I'd be like, give me the Joker.
Hmm.
We'll see. But with that concludes the first round of the draft. I'm pulling away with Bruce Wayne Batman, Clark Kent Superman, Logan Wolverine, Matt Murdock Daredevil, Max Eisenhart Magneto, Miles Morales Spider-Man, Jennifer Walters She-Hulk, Diana Prince's Wonder Woman, Pamela Isley Poison Ivy, Harleen Quinzel Harley Quinn, and Selena Kyle Catwoman.
I guess we didn't do any trades. Are there anything right now that you? I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I don't know if I am.
Right now, everyone I have on my team are people I expressly want. Like, you'd have to give me.
That's true. Yeah,
you would have to give me Spider-Man or Black Panther.
A trade at this point is pretty tough to even make.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to.
You need more tools.
Yeah, yeah. This is true. Okay. Well, there we go. And then I guess my team, I'm running away with Peter Parker Spider-Man, Vision, T'Challa Black Panther, the Joker, Peacemaker, Wanda Maximoff, Dr. Stephen Strange, The Flash, Barry Allen, Lex Luthor, the Riddler, and Dick Grayson, Robin.
Fuck yes, that's a great first round. Like,
no
this
trades, no moves, no
nothing yet.
That's it.
There's a reason they weren't introduced ideologically until later in the Star Wars draft, because that's when you start thinking about using those sorts of moves, those sorts of tactics. But man, this was a goodie. This was a goodie, and I'm excited for round 2 next week. Y'all better be back. But with that, we will conclude this episode of the Penny Bloom podcast. 'Twas I, Colton Robertson, and I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. If you would, head to patreon.com/PennyBloomPod, where you'll find over 50 hours of exclusive content, including weekly comic book pull lists. I've always got those coming for you. It's a guarantee every week. Not so much a guarantee, but I'm back on my bullshit. I've been a lot better about it lately. So go ahead and check it out. And for $3 a month, you can help this podcast out financially. It costs me money, and I don't make any off of it unless it's over there. So that would be a huge help. If you would, head to Twitter and follow @PennyBloomPod. Follow on Instagram @PennyBloomPodcast. If you were fucking with me and Joe today, right now, our 52-year journey through film, Old Habits Die Hard, our comic book journey through film is now ongoing. We are likely in the midst of Superman 78 and Superman 2. That's about when this will come out, is in line with those episodes. So this Friday, keep up with
go
watch Christopher Reeve's Superman trilogy. Go check those out.
You won't regret it.
Oh, his quadrilogy, I should say.
The first movie you won't regret at all. That's for sure.
The second one you will regret less. Or more. A little bit more. Slightly more. But third and fourth, you will regret those a lot more. But we'll get to those, and you'll hear it all here on the Penny Bloom podcast. We are also currently covering The Bad Batch. That's coming out every Wednesday. Rebellion's Bloom is strong, and it's going hard. So go ahead and check that out. And I think that's it. Remember, peace, love, and bloom. And with great power, there must also come great responsibility.